Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. I got a couple things to say quick. Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, good morning. Beautiful people out there. I want to get on and say something because I don't even have to watch the video to know the lies. Okay? Because I've been watching Benny Johnson longer than Kevin 24/7 has, you could say. I've been following Kevin 27 since he started his YouTube channel almost. I'm close to it. Well, anyways, I'm on here because Kevin, the YouTuber called Kevin 24/7, put out a video that says shift sides. Fastest growing conservative YouTuber, podcaster. Watch, I'll even show you.
You two are going to be blown away, and if you're not, I'm going to be completely.
Let's see what he has to say, guys.
It's a lot to manage. Keeping track.
Hold on.
Where my son is at all times between high school and sports practice.
It's commercials. I have to wait.
Game changer. Family Proof Your Family with Life 360.
Because I want to settle this right here and now. Because I've been watching Benny Johnson for a very, very long time.
Shocked that you do not find this to be the least bit.
So just let me know what you guys think, because I do not whatsoever think that Benny Johnson would shift sides. I do not think that. He's from Florida. I don't believe that at all. So take a look.
Concerning.
I know a lot of you guys are probably familiar with Benny Johnson.
And before we get into this, guys, please do me a favor. Bear with me with this Florida condensation and these freedom jets flying overhead. Just comment down below and let me know, who do you guys watch? What YouTubers do you watch? Who do you like? Or better yet, maybe even include some channels that either you haven't seen lately because YouTube hasn't been showing them to you, or some that you've unsubscribed from because they may have said some things.
It's 31 minutes. I don't want to wait the whole thing, maybe.
You said that you didn't want to deal with them anymore. Or better yet, YouTube channels that you see or have seen with tremendous growth, just blowing up.
24/7. Tremendous growth, huh? Tremendous growth. That's because he's on every day. He does his job every day. YouTube pays him for every video he makes now. Because of him being monetized, he gets paid about 10 cents a view. Multiply that by how many views he has total. And multiply 10 cents. Say you had 2 million views on that video, right? Multiply 0.10 times 2 million. And that's what you're going to get in money. Just about. Okay? Fastest growing conservative YouTuber podcast sells out. He doesn't sell out. I watch his channel every day, Kevin 24/7. Let's finish your video and see what else what other lies that you have to say, because I don't believe this 1,000%. I believe the government's on the Democratic side is going to try to put Benny Johnson down. I don't believe Benny Johnson in Florida would switch sides. I don't believe it for a single bit.
More so than normal, just crazy numbers, right? Because I want to know. I want to use this to develop this conversation that we can continue having together, but also to help other people, specifically the people that I coach and I work with, who are going through these same growing phases, growing pains, and building their channels, building their businesses, and building their subscriber count. Okay, so just
People are jealous.
and if you want to get yours started or you want to talk about your channel, figure out how it works, or just discuss any other business related, personal finance, investing, passive income, then make sure you join and become a member to the Patreon. The link's down below in the description.
But he's, you know, he's sort of
This
like a
is-
Tucker Carlson knockoff. He's like a dollar store.
That guy's pissed off probably because Benny Johnson's doing better than him.
Definitely in the closet. By the way, there was that story of him tweeting something like, "Hey, what's up with these ads that are on this website?" And it was like a gay singles cruise ad, and then people were replying to him like, "You know those are targeted ads, right?" So he outed himself in the funniest way imaginable. But anyway,
And we are going to get back to that in just a moment, folks. So bear with me here. Stick with me because
Why are you holding it off, Kevin 24/7?
Take a little trip down memory lane. Back on
I follow you.
2024 and a
I subscribe to you. I'm subscribed to your channel 24/7. And you're going to turn your back on Benny Johnson. Because his channel is growing faster than others. You're going to believe other people on what they say before you actually go to Benny Johnson. Let's see what else. Hey, Jay Loner. Just keep your heads up, brother. I'll turn around. Sorry for the bad hair. I just kind of woke up to this. We're going to go back to the video. But, the YouTuber here, Kevin247, I don't know if you've, I don't know if you've heard of Benny Johnson. He's he talks about politics and, you know, major stuff that goes on around the world. And, he pretty much tells the news about what's going on around the world everywhere. Like, whatever is important, he talks about. And I've been subscribed to his channel for a very long time, and he's one of the only people that I trust on YouTube. Well, Kevin247 here, I don't know if you've seen it. You've probably seen the guy. He has a video put out, fastest growing conservative YouTuber, podcaster, sells out. Sells out to. To who? Do you have proof of who he sold out to? Because I don't believe that one bit. I don't believe Benny Johnson would sell out. I don't believe it. He makes too much money on YouTube. He doesn't need to sell out. So, yeah, that's what's going on, Jay. That's what's going on, brother. Now let's get back to the video, guys. Very important.
very, very wildly popular RNC.
If you guys can hear it, okay, put a thumbs up in the comment. Or in the chat.
Typically, literally at that
Yeah, Jay.
precedent,
Leah Samarb, hi. Welcome in, guys.
for good reason. Here, watch.
If you guys are new, please subscribe to the channel. I tell the truth. And I look on YouTube for channels that are lying, you know, and reverse it and tell the truth about it. If you guys like to hear the truth, nothing but the truth, and that's it, then you guys are at the right channel. Like I said, like I asked, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, because most of you aren't. When I go and look, 2, Hit the notification bell so you get updates to all my videos and lives, because I like to go live and tell the facts straight up, raw, how it is. And I like to be honest with my fans. So if you guys like this channel, you're at the right place. Now, what's going on, Leah, is Kevin 24/7 here. His channel's doing good too. He's making good money too. But because he's not up there, he's believing he's not as high as Benny Johnson. One, he's not as high as Benny Johnson. Two, sounds to me it's jealousy. Three, Kevin 24/7 is believing other podcasters over Benny Johnson instead of going to Benny Johnson first. I'm guessing. I haven't watched the whole video, so I don't know if he shows parts of Benny Johnson. We'll see what he has to say, but I believe it's AI or made up.
Welcome back. A major shift is underway with one of the biggest unions in the country after decades spent in the Democrats' pocket. The Teamsters are now pouring money into the GOP. The Teamsters, like so many other working class Americans, have seen how radical the left has become. They realize that much of
Can you guys hear this okay?
them, and the focus on woke progressive policies, well, it has not made their lives any better. It's only made it worse. And we saw this union shift happening during the election, Brian. We talked about it a lot. We covered it a lot. Still, top members, union bosses supported the Democrats, but rank and file really started to part ways because they saw under the Biden administration that all the things they were promised were never delivered.
A massive shift happening online in the conservative influencer world. YouTubers, podcasters, and big name commentators like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens too. What's the shift? It's a move from principle to profit, where the message is getting diluted, convoluted, and frankly, deceptive, all for personal gain. There's a storm brewing in the conservative space, and it's not about policy or ideology. It's about authenticity. But say it ain't so. Are we now seeing...
Remember authenticity, guys, what he said.
Make America great again, now twisting narratives for clout and for cash? And take Candace Owens. Back when she was running Degree 180, her website was all about tearing down Donald Trump with crude attacks, like mocking his, well, let's just say, personal attributes. Fast forward, she's a MAGA darling and rising star using Trump's name to skyrocket her brand. Yeah. Private text on camera, he's all smiles, leveraging Trump's base for his platform. Is this loyalty? Looks a lot more like opportunism to me. But this shift became crystal clear with their recent feud with Nick Fuentes, a controversial far-right figure, and how earlier this month,
if you guys are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Right now, I am watching Kevin 24/7 talk about Benny Johnson, saying that he switched sides, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I'm in the middle of watching that right now with you guys live. This video was made 2 days ago, and I don't know how I missed this, but I'm gonna correct this because Benny Johnson did not switch sides.
and Tucker sat down for a 2-hour interview on Tucker's show, throwing shade at Fuentes, calling him everything from a fraudulent voice to an angry gay kid, and even hinting he's a federal agent. But Fuentes fired back, accusing them of a coordinated attack to stay relevant. What do you all think? Some say this isn't about truth. It's a calculated drama to keep their names trending, their subscriptions growing, and their bank accounts fat. They say it's a circus, and we're the audience that they're banking on. And with just a little bit of research, we uncover the pattern, and it's...
I want to see what he's talking about. I don't believe it.
Climbed the ladder by cozying up to figures like Gavin McInnes and Laura Loomer, only to ditch them when they weren't useful anymore. Meanwhile, Tucker, well, he's been caught sitting
Welcome
down with
into the live
conservative
stream, guys.
figures pushing their hidden truths to keep his audience hooked. They both use Trump, the most powerful name in conservative politics, to build their brands. But now, when Trump's at his peak, they're suddenly turning on him. Candace questions his stance on free speech when it suits her narrative. Tucker frets about Trump's decision on Iran, painting him as reckless. But why?
I don't believe it.
Why now? Well, it's simple. Because controversy sells, and they're cashing in. And despite what they want you to believe, they're anything but independent. This shift isn't just annoying, it's actually dangerous. These influencers are peddling lies and conspiracies like blood libels.
Calling Benny Johnson an influencer?
While ignoring real threats like jihadist actions. They're not just diluting the conservative message, they're convoluting it with half-truths and drama to keep folks clicking. It's a cult of personality where their influence is worth billions to brands, and they'll say whatever keeps the money flowing. Meanwhile, they leave a trail of discarded allies and confused followers.
Welcome in, guys. I'm watching Kevin 24/7. He made a video called Fastest Growing Conservative YouTuber Podcaster Sells Out. To who? To what? Who did he sell out to? Why didn't you put it at the end of your video? Kevin 24/7. But we're talking about this because supposedly Kevin 24/7 is saying that Benny Johnson's an influencer, and he's just on YouTube to use Trump's name to build his fan page, to build his YouTube page. I don't believe that one bit. I do not. I'm sorry, but I don't. And I'm not sorry. Because I don't believe it. Let's finish the video.
Who thought they were fighting for truth. It's time to wake up. Folks, stop falling for the slick production and charismatic delivery. Look at their actions, not their words. Believe half of what
I
they
do
say,
look at their
none
actions.
of what you hear. Trump, for all his flaws, has been consistent for decades. Same message, same fight. Compare that to the ever-shifting Candace and Tucker who pivot with the wind for profit. We deserve better. Demand authenticity. Support voices who live the truth, not just sell it. And next time you see a flashy conservative influencer stirring the pot, ask yourself, is this about principle or is it about their paycheck?
Yeah, Sean O'Brien seems smart in the sense that he's listening to the people in his union. He's saying my union members are not as monolithically Democrat as union leaders are, and so he's paying attention to them, and he's doing it in places where you have heavy union presence, and you have a populace willing to elect a Republican. I mean, Pete Stauber is from Minnesota. He's one example. He's on this list. Yeah. Teachers are giving him money. He's up in kind of northeast Minnesota, which is traditionally very Democratic, very blue collar. But he's a Republican because he's a smart Republican because he said, I care about working people, and I know you don't care. I know that you don't like when men play women's sports. I know that you don't like when your tax dollars are used to pay for sex changes for minors, right? It's a very simple thing. And union members who have traditionally gone left have said, yeah, I want somebody who can talk sense in economics and who can talk sense on all the other issues. The Republicans have sort of navigated that, and now increasingly I think unions are having to navigate that same thing.
And we talked earlier about how in Silicon Valley,
This has nothing to do with what Kevin's talking about right here.
So you see
Nothing.
some weird parallels here. They're not exactly alike, but you basically see
Kevin, what's up?
leadership and the
The name of your video as this right here has nothing to do with that.
But we're seeing these shifts that are really palpable.
Why are you prolonging it?
Impact, and that's why I bring up the Silicon Valley example
Why?
on the other side.
Yeah, I think it's a question of, is this an early indicator or just an anomaly, right? If we go back to the election, the interesting thing to me is you could tell where the election was going early on based upon Florida County voting switches. Early voting, you saw in 2016 that went heavily Trump, flipped back to Biden in 2020, and then the early voting showed them changing tides and coming back to the Republican Party. So I think this is an indicative of that.
We are in a basketball game right now, if you'll excuse the metaphor, where the refs have left the arena. And the other side is just clobbering the shit out of us, just punching us in the face, kicking us in the nuts. And we're kind of throwing our hands up and we're asking the crowd, the people of America, hey, do you see what's going on here? This is unfair. This isn't the rules that we agreed to play by. Well, who cares about the fucking rules right now? Punch back, kick back, dunk over their heads, and win some fucking power.
I think it's two things. The Republicans have won over more and more of the Teamsters, the union voters, but they've been helped so much by
That was inciting violence, what that guy just did.
policies that the average person just doesn't relate to. And I think that's continuing because the Democrats still do not have a platform. They don't even have a leader.
This has nothing to do with Benny Johnson.
All of that is, of course, to be
Benny
the
Johnson.
Republicans
This has
to
nothing to do with
To
them.
be the party of the working class, because the Democrats certainly aren't.
And we
Nothing.
brought that up in a previous conversation in our previous hour about how the lack of proper messaging from the Democrats actually gives Mamdani an opening to flourish in this particular environment, because he flashes that smile and does the social media thing and goes out and shakes some hands, and all of a sudden they're gravitating towards him.
Yeah, he's not their success story. He's like an example of their failure, I think.
He's,
I think that
it has nothing to do with
generally
Benny
are in a fight for their
Johnson.
life. It's existential, because if you just look at the data, their membership is dwindling. I mean, BLS just put out data recently that says last year membership nationwide dropped to 9.9%, so under 10%. This is a historic low. Down from last year, and when you compare that to like 40 years ago, it was roughly 20% of the workforce that was unionized. And when you break that apart a little bit more, the private sector, we're at a historic low for union membership. We're at 5.9%, very low. Still a stranglehold on the public sector jobs. It's over 30%, so more than like roughly 1 in 3.
This far in, he hasn't talked about Benny Johnson yet. That far in.
Shrinking the federal
31 minutes his video is.
Stranglehold, especially think about the Department of Education. So when you hear about Sean O'Brien pivoting, and I go out and I cover issues like the U.S. Steel Workers or the port strike and I talk to membership, the union bosses are doing the smart thing, because they're asking.
I think Kevin
themselves why is our
24/7
membership
is doing it to
high?
get
They're
views.
smart, and they talk a big
To
game
be
in the
honest.
Biden administration because they knew they had power, because they knew that the union bosses that Biden would do whatever the union bosses would say. But that's not the case anymore. So Sean O'Brien is reading the room and playing the cards right, and he's saying, listen, we got to be more accommodating to a conservative, smart worker.
If your union relies on a private sector business, then you've got to figure out how to help the private sector thrive.
Right.
If your union relies on
Stock market's going up, guys. That's
those
good.
are the most far left unions, the ones that are government unions, because they don't have to worry about their money and they don't have to worry about their jobs, and they just tap into taxpayer money to push their agenda. So
I want to see where he talks about Benny Johnson. Sorry, guys.
it's interesting to see.
Fishy aspects about it too, because at the same time his views weren't going up. So David Pakman's going to lay this out for you, and he calls it the most suspicious thing he's ever seen on YouTube. And I can say
Jealousy.
full time since about 2012. I agree. So let's see what he said.
I want to talk to you today about the most suspicious thing that I've ever seen on YouTube. And it has everything to do with a YouTuber.
That guy is a liberal.
A piece on Substack about this, where I go into even more detail, but let me explain what this is about. I've been publishing political content to YouTube for a very long time. If you dig way back,
I actually think he's been doing it longer than me.
That is a liberal. He is a liberal. That guy right there.
you'll find videos.
He's a liberal.
They make me cringe, yes.
See, now I think he's been doing it full time since then, if I remember correctly, right?
And I hate to say it because honestly, guys, I gotta be real with you. I couldn't afford it to have to pay to get subscribers.
Kevin, 24/7. That guy is a liberal.
I literally went through this.
A hardcore liberal.
Because I had to pay Yahoo for more space in my email inbox because I ran out of space. Now, the crazy part about it space for my email inbox so I can actually get the emails that I really want and need. Why is my inbox full? I don't know. Maybe it's full because it's completely full of spam and junk that Yahoo allows to come through, and they do not stop, do not prevent. And when I ask to unsubscribe, my requests, my demands are unanswered. They fall on deaf ears. This is a racket, folks, and it's not just Yahoo. It's not just email.
When are you gonna talk about Benny Johnson, Kevin?
YouTube is like the dope man. They give you that first hit for free, and then you got to come back and buy the rest. And they will get you hooked, and then they'll get you hooked on buying more services or promoting your videos or doing things.
This isn't about Benny Johnson. It's about your videos and stuff and your emails.
I work so closely with people to make sure that YouTube is not their primary source of income. You use YouTube as leverage, as an opportunity to reach your clients and reach your customers, to grow your business and make your money that way.
Because I started as a hobby in 08.
That guy is a liberal.
Full time before me.
But after 15 years on this platform, you learn a few of the things that are just reality. Number one, video performance is unpredictable. You think a video will do well, it doesn't. You think a video will do okay, it blows up. You just sometimes don't know. Number two, if you talk about politics, half your audience will hate you, at least the ones that comment. And this is the key part for us. New subscribers track closely with video views, unless something weird is going on.
That guy's a liberal. He's just jealous.
I do get from time to time people saying that they're not interested in making YouTube channels. They don't want to show their face, or, they're just too old for it. That's perfectly fine. That's exactly why we are diversified, not just our business and our strategies, but in the resources that we have, that we share, and we bring to you guys on a regular basis. My favorite, my friends, Chapter, please give them a call. The numbers on
When are you gonna talk about Benny Johnson, Kevin?
it's free. And
Come on, man.
Can save you money. On average, $1,100.
Be honest.
So if you or anyone you know is on Medicare or soon to be, as the open enrollment period is coming and it's approaching fast, folks, do not wait until it's too late. Dial that number on your screen, 270-467-2426. Tell them Kevin sent you, and then come back here and let me know how much money they saved you.
To get more new subscribers, you have to have more video views. If your video views go down, you're going to have fewer new subscribers. Except if something very weird has happened. And this week, writer and researcher Kyle Tharp published a piece called "This Right-Wing YouTuber is Having a Moment." The YouTuber in question is Benny Johnson.
Liberal.
The headline stat is that in Q2 of this year, Benny Johnson's YouTube channel gained 2.2 million subscribers.
First of all, this chart, insane. That's shocking to me. But anyway,
Jealousy.
Benny Johnson's lead, that's fishy as fuck.
Politics-related channel of the second quarter, by far. Now, why is this unusual? It's unusual because the growth in subscribers for Benny Johnson does not match growth in views. In fact, his views appear to be down slightly. Now, before we go deeper, remember what we're dealing with here. Benny Johnson was caught up in this 2024 scandal where it was revealed that he was indirectly receiving Russian money through a company called Tenet. Johnson and others said we had no idea the money came from Russia. The payment rates were wildly above market rate, in some cases $400,000 a month. Some even had six-figure signing bonuses. So
That guy's a liberal.
track record. Now let's get back to the data.
So, yeah, he was part of that scandal where he was taking money from the Russian government through Tenet Media. So he's already got...
Now they're involving Benny Johnson into Russia. Because Benny Johnson's on Trump's side. They're starting to go after Benny Johnson now. Because of him being the biggest podcaster, news podcaster, growing podcaster on YouTube. People are starting to attack him now more and more and more. Because they want, they're jealous for one, and two, these are liberals that Kevin's watching. These aren't conservatives. These are liberals. Let's keep watching.
Got a sketchy-ass record, but...
On Friday morning, President Trump will travel across the country to Anchorage, Alaska, for a bilateral meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The brutal war between Russia...
And because he asked this question at the White House yesterday, this is probably why he's being hated on. This is why, because he talks shit about Washington, D.C. and how bad it is right now.
Russia and Ukraine broke out under Joe Biden's incompetent leadership.
I guarantee you this is why they hate him right now.
To try and end this war and stop the killing. As the president has said over and over again, his strong preference will always be for peace and partnership, whenever those outcomes can possibly be achieved. There is no leader in the world right now who has been more committed to preventing wars or ending them than President Donald Trump.
Over.
Look, I'll just say it. With his views
Over.
down,
Move.
but his subs, he gains 2.2 million subs. That literally is not possible. That's not possible. That's inauthentic. That's fraudulent. Whether or not
It's not fraudulent.
Maybe not on that front. I have no idea whether or not he knew about this happening or didn't know about this.
It's
happening.
not.
But there is inauthentic, fraudulent behavior going on.
No, there is not.
Something to make you grow that much while having fewer views. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's not how it works.
And
He grew that much in like 5 years, guys. 5 years. Not just a few days or a few weeks or a few months. 5 years he grew that many subscribers. 5 years, guys.
buying subscribers, buying views is a terrible way to grow a YouTube channel. I would strongly advise against it.
He's not buying YouTuber subscribers. He's not buying them. He just hit the algorithm. And is really good at what he does.
But at the same time, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about what you've seen so far with
I gave you my peace of mind, Kevin.
allegations here?
Like, it literally is impossible for it to work like that.
More views means more subscribers. It's
He's a liberal.
Here's a look at my own channel. About 3.3 million subscribers right now. This is actual data from my YouTube analytics, and you can see clearly more views, more subscribers. It's predictable. That's how it works. Now look at Benny Johnson's data from Q2. The arrows show
Not possible. It's literally not possible.
subscriber growth, but views that are either flat or declining. This is weird. Now compare this to Midas Touch. Midas Touch is one of the fastest growing progressive YouTube channels right now.
Okay,
Similar
stop.
Subscriber numbers.
This guy right now could be showing someone else's channel. He's only showing the corner of it. He's not showing Benny Johnson's channel. As far as I'm concerned. He's only showing a little section of whoever's channel that is. And that could be even his own channel, and he's blaming his problems on Benny Johnson. I have no idea. I could be wrong, right, wrong, who knows. Let's keep going.
But their views match their subscriber growth. Midas has had high views, high subscribers. That's what you would expect. So what's going on here? There are really only a few scenarios where you see subscriber numbers and view numbers separate, decouple. Number one, if you say something truly awful, like so disgusting that it encourages your existing subscribers to unsubscribe, you could see that as the views go up of this disgusting thing you said.
This guy gets so upset when he doesn't get his way.
This is absolutely disgusting, but that's the opposite of what we're seeing. We're not seeing.
Or someone's doing better than him.
We're seeing low views and subscribers going up. And that's what gets us to the most likely scenario, which is some kind of artificial subscriber growth. And this is where things get complicated. Artificial subscriber growth might be completely legal paid ad campaigns. You run YouTube ads or Google ads, they're targeting subscriptions to your YouTube channel. You could do that. It's really inefficient for political channels. I don't know anybody who actually does it because the targeting isn't great. It's just really expensive. You've got to pay a crazy amount of money for a relatively small number of subscribers. However, if someone else is paying for that, if you have a super PAC, a foreign government, some propaganda agency, a wealthy ally, the logic changes. They're not worried about profit. They're after influence. So they might just pour money into inflating your channel subscribers through paid campaigns just to boost your reach. Now, there's other scenarios like maybe you're using some kind of
I don't believe it.
Auto-subscribe pop-up somewhere or embedded subscriber links or stuff like that. YouTube's terms of service don't allow that, and that stuff tends to get shut down. And finally, you could do what's called subscriber farming. This is probably the most concerning. There's a sort of black market for YouTube subscribers. You can buy them through click farms, hacked accounts, and in other ways. It's classic manipulation. These are like the tactics that Russia's Internet Research Agency does. You fake
Blaming it on Russia. And now they're including Benny Johnson into Russia. This is just beautiful.
But in the short term, they can really boost your clout by showing a really high subscriber number. So what is Benny Johnson actually doing? I have no idea. I want to be clear. I don't have evidence that any of the things I mentioned are happening on his channel. After 15 years of being on YouTube, I've never seen subscriber growth like this without a spike in views. I've talked to other creators, none of them have ever seen it. Whatever is going on, the implications are big, and it's bigger than YouTube. If this is a coordinated third-party campaign, it raises really serious questions about influence operations manipulating platform metrics.
And it's pretty much only just the beginning, because we saw.
I don't believe that one bit. I'm sorry, Kevin, 24/7. You're following, or either following or watching liberals, dude. That guy's a liberal. He gets pissed off very easy when he doesn't get his way. He's just not a good person. Not at all.
During the election campaign last year. But now the stakes are bigger, higher. The money's going to be flowing, and also we have AI that we're going to have to somehow manage, deal with, compete with, filter through.
Yeah, it's so true. Basically, like, if he gets away with it, you've now opened the door to having YouTube completely inauthentic numbers on YouTube, which leads to inauthentic influence in the culture, which leads to, you know, coverage of certain viewpoints over other viewpoints. And it's incredibly misleading, and it steers the national dialogue and the conversation. It basically makes our entire political landscape completely and utterly fraudulent. And so this is something they gotta crack down. They gotta fix this. You cannot let this stand.
This is an algorithmic exploit. It would mean YouTube's defenses are weaker than we thought. That impacts everybody. And if this is paid acquisition for political gain, even legally, it could trigger a new arms race for artificial growth, and that will warp the field for independent voices, small creators, and those who don't have the pockets to generate artificial growth.
That's another great point. So, like, if he can do it, others are going to do it too, and that'll drown out the real people with real views. And it's just, it's like, it becomes like a race to the bottom. Because then what? In order to stay relevant, everybody's got to.
Kevin, 24/7, are you going to talk about the Beast? He has like 140 million subscribers. You going to talk about him? You going to talk about other people that have tens of millions of subscribers? Because there's tons of them out there. Tons.
Start buying subscribers? Like, what are we talking about here?
Now, if this...
Do you guys have proof that he bought subscribers? Because I haven't seen any proof yet. I haven't seen no proof yet at all.
This is straight up fraud. Bots purchase subscribers. That would mean it's still...
You can't just assume it's fraud. You can't. I don't believe Benny Johnson did one thing wrong. I believe this is just jealousy because his channel is growing faster than your guys's. This is just childish. And there's common sense involved.
Pretty easy to game the system, and the fallout isn't just views or clout. It's media coverage. It's look at the growth of this channel.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, fuck the dude who wrote that article.
Sorry
like,
for the language.
You can't reward that sort of inauthentic bullshit from this guy. Because now, okay, what's to stop Ben Shapiro or Steven Crowder, whoever the fuck, from doing the same shit?
And I don't know who this guy is, so don't shoot the messenger. It's just something that popped up on my feed today, and I wanted to share it with you guys so that you were aware, but also to get your feedback.
Right? And what's to stop somebody from doing it on the Democratic side too? Like, you can't do that. You gotta know what you're talking about, know what's real and what's not real.
Must be saying important things. Well, Is he, or is there some kind of artificial subscriber acquisition tool? So this is by far the most suspicious thing I've seen on YouTube, and it hurts all of the progressive channels because many of us don't have the third party or whatever it is that is just dumping money into.
None of us are progressive, though.
When it comes to
I'm not
the ad system
progressive.
that they've set up on YouTube, because if Benny Johnson remains in this place and is completely fraudulent and inauthentic,
I'm just me.
how long until the companies that advertise realize, hey, we're spending all this money for YouTube ads, but apparently a lot of the views are completely and utterly fraudulent, and people aren't actually watching the shit that we thought they were watching, so why would I waste money, putting ads on YouTube? And it could lead to another advertiser exodus, similar to ad popping.
Jealousy, that's all it is.
Bullshit, right? So no part of this is acceptable. And anybody with any power at YouTube who's listening to me right now, hey dog, y'all better get on this. Y'all better crack down and do something with this Benny Johnson shit, because this is not, this is like, the whole system is at risk based off his bullshit here.
What can we do? Number one, if you see something that doesn't make sense, report it to the platform that you're seeing it. And number two, this is free. Just make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channels of the creators you actually support.
Man, that is wild, dog. That is wild. But it would be him, right? Because he would.
All right, guys. Let me know what you think. Sorry, the bedhead here. Let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to get on there or watch that with you guys quick live, because I don't believe one bit that Benny Johnson would do something like that. I don't believe it. I've been watching Benny Johnson since he had like 100,000 subscribers. Almost pretty much back when he started. And I've watched his channel grow. I've watched every video that he's posted. And for these people to come out and lie about Benny Johnson, saying that he's colluding with the Russians, like getting paid by the Russians or whatever, I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm done with people's lies. I'm done. These guys are just jealous. You can't just assume that people are progressive. I'm conservative. So, for that to happen, for these people to get this pissed off at Benny Johnson had to have done something really good to piss him off, right? Well, we'll do more investigations on this, guys. I'll keep up with it. But and keep stuff posted. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you guys like what you see, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated to every video that I put out. And here on this channel, we don't do that stuff. And also hit the like button. But we don't do that stuff here, guys. I don't buy subscribers. I don't sell or whatever. I don't buy or do any of that stuff. I've earned all you guys from scratch. From putting the word out there, from putting real videos out there, non-AI videos, 100% truth. So let me know what you guys think. I love you guys very much. Thank you for being here today. And I hope to see you in the next video or live.